Boom! Hello, welcome to our video. We're Gunpowder Fiction and Plot, and I'm Scott.
I'm Mel.
And today we're going to do a little twist on the if you like this book, read this book. We're doing the twist is if you like this male author, read this female author.
Yeah, because we should be all reading better representation. I'm going to stop fidgeting.
We did the background work for this when we did our video. If you like this classic book, read this modern book. We'll link that in the description if you liked that style. If you like this style of video, then you'll like that. So some of the...
If you like this one, you'll like that one.
That's terrible.
Still going in.
What I say is some of the combinations might look a little bit similar. That's because we
have the same brains as we did when we made that video.
It's because when it was a good idea the first time, it was a good idea the second time. And speaking of ideas we've ripped off, if you like George Orwell, Margaret Atwood.
Yes! This is a good pairing. They're both politically driven. They're both super...
talented.
Yeah. And no nonsense. Like, there's no extra fluff in either of their styles.
I think it's very rare to have an author that is so revered as either of these authors. You know, they're quite revered, and yet people don't say bad things about them. Like,
even though they're super socialist, and people like to mock us socialists.
Anybody who mocks socialism doesn't understand what it is. That's you. If you're gonna give me a thumbs down, you're dumb.
Just spat on my husband.
Thanks. It's all about sharing because we're socialists.
That's it.
The next one on our list is if you like Thomas Hardy, then give George Eliot a shot. There is something undescribably similar about the writing styles of Hardy and Eliot. They both have this lovely rural setting that they discuss, and they're both so efficient and vivacious with their use of language and resourceful with their use of language that they're just such lovely writers. I often get towards the end of an Eliot book and go, but she hasn't tortured the main character yet. When is the main character going to get tortured? Because that's what Hardy does. And go, it's the wrong author. They're just so similar, and they're so clever, and they're so moralistic in their works as well.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling. Ultimately it's just about the feeling that the writing gives me.
Dostoyevksy and Donna Tartt.
Donna Tartt is smart. It's really clear that she's very intelligent. And the same has to be said for Dostoyevksy. Like, and I know that's a weird thing to say, because if you're writing a piece of literature that is as successful as Secret History or Brothers Karamazov or whatever, then of course you're smart. But I'm just saying that there's different levels, and when all the authors get around in their secret author clubs and have secret drinks, that
they should invite me too.
that they all look at Donna Tartt and Dostoyevsky and go, you guys are smart. You know, like, that's what I think.
Next one, Robert Jordan and Katherine Kerr. Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do this?
Well, I think I grew up reading fantasy written by women, and everyone else seems to have grown up reading fantasy written by men. So this is my gateway drug. If you are into Robert Jordan's fantasy, then Katherine Kerr's better.
Well, I'll have to read some Katherine Kerr and let you know.
Yeah, but quite similar as far as genre and expectation.
Quite simple and easy to digest, is she?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
If you liked James Patterson, then you should read Patricia Cornwell, if you haven't already. This is in the vein of murder mystery thriller situations. James Patterson had that super successful series with Along Came a Spider and all those. In the same time period, Patricia Cornwell was writing the Case Garcia series, which I felt had the same feel, I guess.
Not as catchy a title though, so probably didn't sell as well at Target and Big W.
No, the Case Garcia series had some good titles.
Did it? What was the titles?
The Body Farm and lots of them. Tell me the names in the comments. You all remember.
Alright, what's next on the list, wife?
Charles Dickens and Frances Hodgson Burnett, which I can't say.
So, Frances Hodgkins Burnett is one of those authors who I think her work is more famous than her name. Secret Garden.
That's because no one can say it. It's got too many syllables.
She needs to cut one of the names. Franny Hodgins. Secret Garden and The Little Princess are her two most famous
I loved
works.
The Secret Garden as a kid.
And the sort of the comparison to
Dickens.
Oliver Twist,
Yeah.
David Copperfield, A Christmas Carol, that feeling that you get from those books
Yeah.
is the same.
Especially as a kid, reading about kids that are orphaned or somehow away from adults and independent. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, next one.
Oh, you can read those names.
Okay. Well, I think you've skipped one. If you like Stephen King...
Oh, I can read that.
Oh, the dog's back to bark in our video. If you like Stephen King, then give Daphne du Maurier a shot.
I do like Stephen King, but I have not read Daphne du Maurier, so...
It's as simple as this. Stephen King lists as one of his main influences Daphne du Maurier. Daphne du Maurier, probably best known for the book Rebecca, Jamaica in The Birds, which was the inspiration for
the
that
Hitchcock
movie. She writes scary books in a way that other people don't write them, and it's like you're not reading a scary book. It's like you finish reading the book and you go, hang on a second, that was scary as fuck, but that's not the point of the book when you're reading it. It's really interesting. But yeah, one of Stephen King's inspirations, so...
Yeah, good.
Now, on to the ones that you didn't want to pronounce. If you like Gabriel Garcia Marquez, try and give Laura Esquivel a shot. Laura Esquivel, best known for Like Water for Chocolate. Gabriel Garcia Marquez, probably best known for Love in the Time of Cholera and 100 Years of Solitude. Gabriel Garcia Marquez is the name when you say mystic realism that comes to your mind. Him or Salman Rushdie are the big two. But it's a real South American style genre, this, and Laura Esquivel is a Mexican author who writes in that same mystic realism tone, where everything is normal and then suddenly something magical happens and then it's normal again. And
little bits of magic, not full-blown fantasy.
Yeah, and it's and her book, Like Water for Chocolate, is lovely. It has it bases each chapter starts with a recipe, and
ooh, tasty.
And I quite like that. I actually want to go back and cook some of those recipes, and I never have. Alright, if you liked Stream of Conscious Wanker James Joyce, then try Stream of Conscious Wanker Virginia Woolf.
And we're not going to talk about them because we think they're both wankers.
Virginia Woolf did originate the Stream of Conscious genre though.
And James Joyce just manned all over it.
He did. You know, bagging them. Like, we're just going to shame you if you read those authors.
Just don't tell us about it. It's fine. You can do it secretly.
No, flat out, I don't get him. I get her, actually. She's much easier to understand. If you liked Mark Haddon, then give Gail Honeymoon a shot.
Honeyman.
Honeyman
Not
a
honeymoon.
shot. Moneyham a shot. Mark Haddon is best known for The Curious Case of the Dog in the Night.
But he's written a bunch of other books, all of which centre a quirky or character or a character on the spectrum.
Gail Honeyman is a relatively new author and has only written one book, which is the incredible Eleanor Oliphant, is completely fine. And Eleanor is, of course, that sort of character.
Yeah, and I think that sort of an isolated or a socially different character exploring the interactions of society is interesting as a novel and can be quite a heartwarming story when done well, and I think they both do it well.
Definitely heartwarming is one of the words I would use to describe both of these novels.
Yeah.
And I would say potentially the two most underrated authors on this list. If you liked Ray Bradbury, give Lewis Lowry a shot. Ray Bradbury.
Lois?
Yeah. If you liked Ray Bradbury, give Lois Lowry a shot. It's the alliteration that I really struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Bradbury, best known for Fahrenheit 451. He is actually quite a prolific writer who has written a lot. Lois Lowry, best known for The Giver. She's quite a prolific writer, but I think you can see from those two books that, yeah, they're very similar, that dystopian young adult style novel.
And it's about control of the stories and control of the information and control of the books.
All right. The last one on our list is, if you like Alexander Dumas, then give Baroness Orczy a shot. Apologise, I have no idea how to pronounce her last name. Is Hungarian and has too many letters that aren't vowels in it. But
that's not the name's fault, that's Scott's fault.
that is completely my fault. The name is hard for me and I haven't made the effort to learn it. Dumas is one of the masters of historical fiction, swashbuckling, adventure and fun. Baroness Orczy, or Orczy, often called Emma, wrote The Scarlet Pimpernel, which is really could have been written by Dumas. It's just...
Because it wasn't. It was written by a lady. So read the lady book.
It wasn't. It was... But yeah, their styles... I would be hard to pick one from the other, I think, is what I'm saying. They're very similar.
I think anyone who's having difficulty getting some lady representation in their TBR, we've given you a whole bunch of inspiration here. But if you have some lady authors you'd like to recommend, then mention them in the comments.
So one of the reasons we did this video is at the end of last year I looked at how many male authors I've read and how many female authors I've read, and I never... but I didn't think when I picked my books, and I was surprised to find over 70% of my books were written by men. And I really thought that, well, hang on a second, we should be getting close to 50-50 here. And I looked at my favourite books, and lots of them were written by women, and I thought, well, then if we have this sort of patriarchal force against women that mean that they're less likely to get their book published and they're going to get less recognition, then it stands to reason that the books that do get published by women are going to be of a better standard than the books that get published by men. So I have made a conscious effort this year to read more women and to get to at least 50% women. And this is one of the things that we've done about that. If anybody's having the same trouble that I'm having, yeah. Do you struggle to get equal representation with men and women in your authors list? Is it something you even look at? Do you recommend, is there a male author, a female author that you think you could switch? Not switch, but you know.
If you like, then read.
Yes. My brain, it stopped working. Is this sort of video you like? Let us know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, it's about there. And over here there's a thumbs up button, if you could hit that one too. Don't pick my nose. We've been Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. Let us know what you think, and remember, ideas are more powerful. They're more powerful than the publishing patriarchy.
Ooh.